English babysitter / nanny position in Osaka and Nara, part-time. We're looking for a friendly but motivated staff, English-speaking nanny / babysitter positions for a client in the Osaka and Nara area. We're looking for suitable staff to take care of Japanese children at their own houses. Woo!
That's a nice job.
While the parents are working, we don't ask you to make lesson plans, but just play with the children in a fun and natural way.
A fun and natural way, wow.
If you love playing with children, join our team. Benefits. Base wage starting from $1,300 JPN plus transportation fee.
That's not good.
We will provide a training session before your first assignment. Experiencing Japanese culture. You can work with Japanese families at their own homes.
Oh, wow.
Join our team if you love kids, have a valid working visa, don't smoke, be able to work for at least 6 months continuously. Japanese skills are not required.
Wait, 6 months? Like you can't leave their house for 6 months?
Let's read some comments.
Okay.
I'm interested. Thank you for your interest. Please apply via email in the description. I'm interested. Is this still available? It is, but due to the current situation, we have less offers. But anyway, please advise me on email. Women only? No. Men are also very, very welcome. I emailed you. Great.
I emailed you.
My colleague will get back to you ASAP. I already emailed you, but please take a look. Thank you in advance. Thank you very much. I would love the help. Great. Then please apply via the email.
That sounds nice and all, but can they do it at my house instead?
Oh.
All right, what are you looking at, by the way?
This is the...
You're not doing the voice?
This is the...
Osaka.
It's like a Facebook page where it's just basically jobs in Osaka, in the Kansai area.
Are there a lot of jobs in Osaka? I feel like there's more in Tokyo, but...
If you go on this page, I don't know, man. I had an easier time getting a job in Osaka than Tokyo.
I guess, yeah, me too.
Or maybe just...
But we were already in the country.
Yeah, and maybe it was just the first... the first job's always the hardest.
They're so strict for, like... You got people leaving all the time.
But, yeah, I don't know. Wait, when you first came, you got the job right away, didn't you?
No, I found it at the end of my 3-month visa.
All right, same with me. I was like, holy shit.
Dude,
I was like,
your experience was weird. You came... I was working in Japan.
Yeah.
You came to Tokyo to, like, as a tourist.
Yeah.
We went to a club. And then you went back to... Maryland?
Yeah. No, I was living in
Ohio?
North Carolina.
And then
at the time.
I think you told me, like, when you came to visit, you're like, man, I really got to find a job here. And I was like, good luck. And then I think you went back and then immediately came back and found a job.
It was like within a month.
Yeah, I was so surprised. I was like, how does he have that kind of money?
I didn't.
You really hedged your bets, like, I'll just get a job?
I thought it was going to be easy. Because I think you told me that you got your job right away for some reason. Or maybe my mind was just so set. But I was like, I'm just going to go get a job.
No, for me,
it did not happen.
I only looked in Osaka because that's where I wanted to live. And then I was like, all right, fucking Saitama, whatever. Yeah. And then they were like, okay. I'm like, oh, really? That was it?
This is before you arrived or when you were here?
No, I was already here.
Okay.
Would you recommend coming here and finding a job? I hear a lot of people find jobs in America or wherever and then come here. Like, who is hiring people out of the country?
I've heard this too, but I mean, I'm just going to...
From our experience, we came here
Personal experience, I came here.
But everyone else I know, I think, got hired from Canada or Australia or America.
But I actually tried like at least 1 or 2 places from America.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
So like, of course, I'm like, all right, I
I'll
gotta
just go there.
I have to be here. And as American, we get 3 months stay, which is really good if you. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I bought a ticket to like a 1-day trip to Korea in case I didn't find anything.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were like, "Where's Chris? Where's Chris?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to Korea again anymore."
But nah, it was But now after the first job, it's like I can find a job easy. Now whether I like that job, you know that's a different story. But
I'm too lazy. I'm just like, oh, I gotta wear a suit and talk to someone for 30 minutes.
do
No.
that dance. Oh, I know, yeah. It's like
I love teaching. I love children. Like, come on, you've been here long enough. You know that's fake.
It's like, what are we doing? That's what I always wanted to do. I'm like, well, come on, let's stop bullshitting.
I
I'll do the fucking job.
Yeah, like,
don't make me be fake.
like you could probably just say like, look, I'm good at this position that you're hiring for. Like, just get me. Come on.
I've been doing it for 3 fucking years now. I know the fucking game. Do I have to? Let's like. I always say, but like, and like this is like the Still Patrice thing. Like, if we just all live in honesty, it'd be easier. Just like, motherfuckers, you know I want to do this job. Give me the fucking job.
Yeah, that would be.
And they're like, okay. And look, I'll smile for the fucking kids. I get it.
I don't.
I'm not gonna.
I only smile when they say something stupid.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, of course, I'm not saying like I'm not gonna be fake, but I'm not gonna be like an asshole to the when I'm teaching.
Yeah.
I'll do the job, and don't make me
but
fucking.
These companies think, oh, an English teacher must smile all the time. It's like the kids will find that really weird. They'll be like, why is this guy just grinning? He's just staring at us and grinning in class.
We're being complete assholes to this guy. He just keeps smiling.
Thank you. Like, it's so weird. Like, but every company's like, oh, you really need to just smile through it. I wonder if they think that's how, like, we'll go, oh, maybe this isn't a bad job. I'm smiling all day. What should we go back to another Facebook thing? I think we had a good one earlier.
Shit, hold on, wait. You want me to rap that one again?
Oh, the babysitter? No, what was the previous one?
The one I did before? Hold on.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it. It was just right there.
I want a job where I can work at, like, an owl cafe.
An owl cafe?
Or, like, some mundane thing where, like, you know enough Japanese to, like, seat people, but you don't need to, like, teach English. I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. Okay, all right. This one was funny. Hello. Oh shit. Oh, yeah, that was it, right? Does anyone know any good 1-day jobs in Osaka? I've been checking several job ads, but mostly you're required to sign up and attend an orientation first. Before they place you somewhere, there are so many out there and they sound so suspicious. So I was wondering if anyone has any experience in recommendation for 1-day cash payment on the same day jobs. I was supposed to start my full-time job this month, but it got delayed due to Corona. I've been staying home and living off my savings, but since I don't know when my full-time job will start, I would like to work just a few days, no fixed contract, just to cover my basic expenses. I have a valid working visa, and I'm fluent in Japanese. Thank you for any help. I have one. Nearest station, Hanku Hantori Teijin. You'll get your salary the day after. If you're interested, PM me. Comment. What kind of job have you, if you don't mind me sharing? Miyuji. What kind of job, if you don't mind? Question mark, quotation mark. Another comment. You have to get permission to do side work first. A working permit is only valid for if you're supposed to be doing. Alright,
dude, there's always someone who's like, but I know the rules, so I think I should tell you.
Thanks, ass.
It's like, why don't you just shut the fuck up?
Fuck up, no one's asking you. Shit.
If you have a teaching visa, you can only teach. But if you have a different visa, you can teach and you can do this. Like, oh, god damn, like, why?
Why? Kevin
Celtic?
Catalars? That can't be a real last name. Whatever.
Canterbury?
But she responded, I have a child of Japanese national visa. Sorry, that should have been mentioned. Another message. You can do any kind of work with that visa. You don't need any extra permission.
Girl.
Hashtag administrator. I run this shit.
She runs Japan. Girl, if they tell you you need a visa to work, like, just don't even bother. Wow. Okay, so
Who just messaged you?
probably oh shit, it was Abe. He says, "Go home."
Does he want me to go back home? I can't give you guys $1,000. Just go home. Jesus,
dude. There's with this Corona thing, there's people who just got here but don't have full-time jobs. Like, how are they living?
Oh shit.
Because there's people that were doing like part-time, but like they're not going to school now, so they still have to live.
Oh, like international students? And
yeah, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Anywho,
why would they come? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, we got some videos. I guess living in Japan's popular for white people, but I see a lot of black YouTubers too that live in Japan.
A lot of black YouTubers.
Not just in general. I mean, like living in Japan. I mean,
just in general.
There's a lot of white people in Japan, and there's a lot of black folk. Like, what's going on there?
No. There's a decent number of black people.
Unfortunately. Okay. So we found some videos.
I'm listening.
Would you say every foreign YouTuber is the same person but on a different channel?
Yes.
They're all super peppy and like, hey guys, I'm so happy to work in Japan.
They're using that English teacher training well.
This guy's got bananas hanging from the ceiling. What's going on with...
Well, it's like they understand, fuck being real. Let me just get the views.
Yeah.
Because, there's an image of Japan, and they're like, I'm not going to be... Actually, I've noticed, if you tell... Everyone has a good image of Japan, the dream.
Oh, everyone, yeah.
If you break that for them, they'll get pissed at you.
Yeah, this isn't even Japanese people. This is Americans.
Yeah, this is like American on American. Like, even when that story I was just telling you about, when I was like, this is... I don't want to get into the long discussion, but I told guy... I told guys, most Japanese girls that speak really good English, probably aren't attractive.
Yeah,
I think that broke an image of Japan for them, and they got kind of pissed.
But here's this thing: when you told me that, I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Yeah.
Like, if you see a girl who speaks really good English, she's
yeah.
Like, the ones that are attractive don't need to learn English.
Because why? The same reason why the Scarlett Johansson know other languages? I don't think so.
Yeah, like...
Because she's like, I'm fucking... Look at me.
Like, I don't need to... Like, they'll listen to me speak English. Even if they don't know English. Like, oh, hi, yes.
All right, let's go back to the YouTubers.
All right, these losers. No, I'm just kidding. But that is my big problem, is, like, they're always just... too happy to be here. No one ever tells you like the real stories.
They don't.
All right, let's listen to this guy.
I met one that told the real, and he's not. Of course, he's not popular.
He's on YouTube, or he's not popular in life.
YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right, this is Paolo from Tokyo. Let's play him. My favorite Japanese home delivery foods in Tokyo.
Ooh.
In this video, I'm going to share with you my top Japanese takeout delivery foods.
Oh, he's got some gangster beats. Paolo in Tokyo.
His editing's on point.
So I know a lot of you are staying home
sloppy
these
compared to
days.
him.
Michael and I have actually been here a lot of the time, aside from just like going out and shopping. And one of the biggest things people have been doing is ordering food. So I kind of wanted to share with you some of my favorite top picks that I've been ordering myself. In fact, when we're not at home cooking, we're actually ordering
It's a nice
food,
place.
which is probably a lot better than going out
Do you
during
think
this
it's his
time.
place?
And I don't know what service
That would be
you
great if it
use
was a
in
green
your
screen.
country, but something
Here's like
that's
a
been really
nice
popular
white
recently
apartment.
in Japan, especially in Tokyo, is Uber Eats. So all these places will be from Uber Eats. Oh, and one thing to note for those of you who do live in Tokyo, I live in the Shibuya area, so the places that I'm
Okay,
ordering
so he's
from
probably
are
an
local
engineer.
to this area. So it may be different from where you are. So at the end of the day, I'm hoping you...
On a quick side note, when I first came here, I stayed at a, what's it called? Not a hostel. What's like the app you look up? It's like apartments.
Airbnb?
Yeah. A guy who lived in Shibuya, but he was an engineer, so he just lived at his work. So he was renting out his apartment. And, like, he was a cool guy, but I was just like, you live there every day? Like, why do you even have an apartment?
Was the apartment really nice?
It was nice, but it was Shibuya, so it was small.
Right.
But like for Shibuya, like for Japan, for Tokyo, it was pretty good.
Those engineers, man, they get it pretty good.
So basically, he was making decent money, but he couldn't enjoy it, you know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed his.
I enjoyed it for him.
All right.
I'm not
You
sure
and
about
your
this
family
channel.
stay
It looks
safe
like he really
during
is just
this
talking
time.
about food.
And like always, before I
bullshit.
start, if you want to help support the channel, check out the Hold My Miso merch.
Oh,
and if you
sir,
want to see
we're
what
not
I'm doing
gonna
on the
support.
daily, check
Okay.
break this for you guys. And then we'll take a bite. Alright, the egg has been broken. One thing about the egg is that it's just so orange. The color of the eggs are just so beautiful to me sometimes. When
I
it's
can't be mad at
that
this
orange,
guy.
you can feel like it's really
He's not giving
rich
me any
and,
problems.
like,
He really is
nutritious.
just talking about
Wow.
food, to
Look
be
how
honest.
big these pieces of
was laughing?
meat are.
Alright, so Paolo right now in this food
Lovely
thing gets a
pieces.
pass.
You
I'm
can
not
see
mad.
the truffles. They're
But this
taking
is
a
not the
ride
thing
with
we
the
were
meat
talking
just
about,
attached
though.
because
To be
of the
honest-
egg yolk. You just flip this around.
This is
here.
just like I'm enjoying my food.
Yeah.
Alright.
We might even have to cut this whole segment because it's going to sound a little weird.
Alright.
Or it's good to keep, so it just shows us we're not haters.
Yeah, we don't hate Paolo. He's a cool guy.
This is a cool channel. He's talking about food. I got no problems right now.
What if we click another one? He's like, man, I fucking hate these fucking people.
But this is not even the type of video we were
But
talking about.
here's another one: day in the life of Japanese ramen chef. So he just goes like to restaurants, I guess.
I guess so.
How fast is Japanese fast food? So okay, this isn't even Japan. This is just I enjoy food.
Yeah.
All right,
This is
exit.
with the food is quite good, so I'm not gonna. That's a different story.
Here's Morena in Japan. Why is she famous?
Oh.
And why is, if this is the correct person, why is that person famous?
Well, we don't. This is not the video we really want from her, but I would say, what was it, like at least a year ago?
Yeah.
This girl released a video on like how to get dick in Japan.
Dick. She was looking for dick?
She was looking for dick.
In Japan?
D-I-C-K, yes.
She was looking for it.
No, she was talking how to get. She was talking about how to get it.
Oh, she was getting dick in Japan?
For girls that were trying to look for it, she was trying to give advice.
Oh, she was getting dick that people were looking for.
She was getting
in Japan.
dick. And she was giving advice on like how to like fuck guys, and like if that motherfucker got the car, hop on that shit because that's rare.
Wow.
And of course, she got a lot of backlash for that, and she took down the video.
If this is who we're talking about.
Oh, it's her. It's
Oh,
her.
okay,
So
never mind.
I was just doing some more research. She took it down.
You couldn't find anyone that like re-uploaded?
I was looking. I probably could do more on my laptop, but I'm
Lazy.
not a good phone searcher guy.
Okay, let's look up her other videos. Typical week in my life as a college student. She's a college student?
I'm not sure if this will have the same flair, but let's go ahead.
It's got a few downvotes.
It's so hard talking to a camera again. It just feels so weird. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's such a... The first two, like, hey y'all, like the first 2 seconds of just saying hey, is so weird. I don't like saying hi in a camera. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, One Internet in Japan. It's been about 2 months since I've made a new video. I haven't really had any motivation or anything to continue this channel, mostly because I have been focusing mainly on my
Mainly
mental
because
health
your
and
dick video got
stay off
so
my
much
phone.
negative
Like,
comments that you had to take it down.
Yeah, she's really toned down The dick lust. Alright, let's see what she got. Typical week.
Hey guys, good morning. It is
This
what,
is irrelevant to
9
Japan.
a.m. now.
Yeah, she really
Yeah.
toned it down. It's
That I have mental illness since middle school. And
Terrible. Typical, disgusting. That was disappointing, wasn't it?
well,
I was looking for
That's the thing I was looking at.
here.
The 12 things not to do. Did you?
Oh, we got that. That's
All
up
right,
next.
All right. So the first guy, I had no problems with. He was just doing food.
He was just having fun.
This girl, it's not the video that I wanted, and she toned it down way much.
Yeah. Okay.
But all right. But now we're coming on to the things I really want to see.
Oh wow, 14 million views. That's a lot of views.
How many you think are Japanese? How many you think are foreign? Because you know Japanese probably stroke their cock to this, like, he thinks we're so. You.
When we go to America, we don't do anything wrong.
Like, okay, shut the fuck up. Yeah, the first video I saw from this guy, 10 seconds in, I was like, oh, why? But I guess he just kept going. He's pretty popular now, I suppose.
All right, 12 things not to do in Japan.
But I don't know if that's because he's only popular with the people we know, like Japanese, like people who go.
I gotta take a piss. Can you pause it real quick just for a second? I can't hold it.
Yeah. There we go.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, we back.
Here come the men in black. All right. So this fucker, like, I don't like anything about him. His face, his voice, his attitude. But I'm sure he doesn't care because, like, actually, I think he. I don't want to make speculations here.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I think he's a pedophile. Nah. For some reason, I think he didn't like Japan when he first got here, but then he had a YouTube channel, so people were really nice to him, and then he started liking it. Do you know anything about him? I just don't watch his videos.
I don't know anything about this guy either.
All right.
But I know if there's usually a 12 things not to do in Japan, it's going to be a dumbass video. Especially our views and experiences in Japan, so let's hear it.
Yeah. Let me...
Just make sure we're recording, okay? Okay, we good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's hear this guy.
I won't lie, I didn't know a whole lot
Piss
about
me
Japan
off,
before I got here. I knew what Pikachu was, and I'd seen The Last Samurai about 3 times, and that was probably the extent of my knowledge. I actually did most of my reading about Japanese etiquette on the horrific 12-hour flight between London and Tokyo, and I've pretty much just winged it ever since. In hindsight, there are a lot of things I know now that I would have done well to comprehend before I got here. So today, I've taken 5 years of experience in the field and compiled it into this list of 12 things not to do in Japan. So when you're on your flight here, you needn't worry about reading about cultural etiquette. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy the in-flight entertainment with incredible titles to choose from, such as The Emoji Movie, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Disappointments, Ace Detective Sherlock Bones. And I think we can all agree, of those 3 movies, the most compelling would have to be Sherlock Bones, Ace Detective. Especially with that brilliant tagline, the world's first talking police dog on a mission,
skip here.
arrested
Skip.
by Ace Detective Sherlock Bones.
God, he's still
Today
talking.
by having them walk through
God,
you.
he's still talking. There we go.
Don't. His first don't.
3 things to point out here. Number 1, never put your chopsticks upright into the rice, as
Okay,
this is
pause
part of a ritual.
They don't give it. All right, as personal, they don't. This the putting chopstick in the rice thing. I've never done it,
Yeah.
but they don't give a shit.
Or I think for ramen too, and it's like, nobody cares.
No one's looking at you like that. They don't care about you. It's not even a fucking. And even in the movie, the Wolverine, when like Wolverine was in Japan,
Oh, yeah.
they were making a big deal like, don't put your chopstick in the rice. They don't give a fuck.
The writers of that probably never been to Japan. They just looked, what are you not doing in Japan? And
They probably saw this video.
yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
I'm not even sure if it's a thing, on how much.
I've actually never heard of it.
I never even heard a Japanese person say, "Make sure you don't put your."
There's a lot of etiquette things here, but it's more like just be aware of them, you know. But yeah, I've never heard of this.
This one's so played out. You see in all the.
It's not a good trope.
Nah.
All right, let's check out more.
Conducted at funerals when offering rice to the spirits of the deceased. Similarly, number 2, never pass things from chopstick to chopstick, because
have heard
again,
about
this
this.
is done during
like a funeral
funerals to
thing.
pass the bones of cremated
never
relatives. So that kind of imagery doesn't go down
I
well.
don't do it.
over
Have you ever
dinner,
been in
as you'd
an izakaya
expect.
while
Probably
you're
best
drunk?
not to conjure up
Yeah,
imagery
let's
surrounding death before you've even had your lunch. Oh, and thirdly, don't do the rubbing of the chopsticks. You know when you open wooden chopsticks, you like to do that to
Who the fuck
get rid
does
of the
that?
splinters, and just because it's fun. Everyone loves
I
doing
don't
that,
know.
right? But don't do
I've
it
seen
in
people,
Japan
like,
because it's
scrape them
seen as
together.
rude to the owner, because you're basically
Like, to
saying,
get
"Oh,
the,
your chopsticks are probably cheap,"
scraps out.
which, let's face it,
The owner
they probably
doesn't
are.
care. The owner's
In
like,
fact,
is
they
this guy
usually
paying
definitely
or
are.
not?
That was a funny skit. Hold on, let's watch this.
He's with the check,
Hey, put some.
money down.
Don't put coins.
Probably the greatest thing about Japan ever, and the reason that I
Chotomate.
He said, "Don't tip."
He's tipping $3. No wonder they don't want him to tip.
It's like, excuse
Might
me,
just-
sir. Is
Just keep it.
$3? Get the fuck out of here.
probably the greatest thing about Japan ever, and the reason that I eat out several times a week, just because I save 20% automatically. In Japan, it's believed that customer service should always be exceptional, with staff giving 120% every time. 120%? 110%? 120% would be ridiculous. But it's not necessarily rude to tip someone, it just creates this awkward situation where the worker, the staff, would feel like you're assessing their performance, and they could
Well, no,
potentially
it's not
lose
really
face.
that. It's
So you
just
might think
that
you're being
it's not
nice
a
by giving
tipping
someone a tip, but you're not.
culture
You're just
at all.
creating
Yeah.
an
They're like,
uncomfortable
what are you
situation
doing?
for the worker,
Yeah.
and they'll probably just
Look,
reject your
so
tip outright.
It's
So
not a
don't be
tipping
tempted to do
culture.
it.
Just take the money. I get paid a full salary.
Pretty rude to play music on the train. Use your phone.
There's a real emphasis on
Okay,
being
pause it,
mindful
pause it.
when you
So the next one is don't use your phone on public transport.
I see this every day on the way to work.
I see plenty of Japanese people making phone calls. They're not rowdy, they're not yelling, but they're making phone calls.
Yeah.
And to go off of that, I seen the people on train quiet thing is a myth. Let me explain.
Oh.
If you have a bunch of people on the train that don't know each other,
Yeah.
they're not going to talk to each other.
Yeah.
For the same reason, if you're in New York, you just don't, oh, let me talk to this homeless guy.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? It's not what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
So here, people aren't going to talk to each other if they don't fucking know each other.
Right, yeah. My problem with that stereotype is they're just going to work. Like
It's early fucking morning. I don't fucking talk.
it's like 8 a.m. You're probably hungover. You're not gonna be like, "Hello, sir. Would you like to chat?"
I'm like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say one time I was on the train. Some young Japanese girl was talking on her phone quietly. A Japanese homeless man was standing next to her. He's like, get the fuck off your phone. And he punched the fucking window. She kept talking, but I was like,
Really?
I was like, oh shit.
That's surprising.
It was a drudge of, this exists.
Yeah.
It was a really lower class, construction looking kind of old guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He was like, bitch, get the fuck off your phone. It's Japan.
I feel like slamming the window would be louder than her just talking. I had a homeless guy.
But here's the thing. She didn't flinch or nothing. She stood her ground. She just sat there and kept talking.
Because what is he gonna do?
He ain't gonna do shit.
But I had a homeless guy yell at me on the train, which I'm like, if you're homeless, how are you riding around on the rails?
What are you jumping over the gate, motherfucker?
But he was just, this is one of the few times anyone's ever yelled at me for being a foreigner, but like, I was just like walking from one train to the next, and I just hear, gouging, and I'm like, oh, it's a homeless guy. Like, I don't have to get upset. Like, he's just crazy. So.
Go on.
when you're using public
Oh, you're so
transport
pissed
in
me off.
Japan. That's
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay.
There's a real emphasis on being mindful when you're using public transport in Japan that's often completely absent in many countries. Numerous of the times...
Wasn't paying attention.
Please power. He's proving you wrong.
I never seen that sign anywhere, man.
I know. Did he make that for this video?
I think he might have made that.
Times that I've been riding a train in the UK and someone nearby has been screaming at their partner down the phone, and I felt like I was part of the argument, like some kind of unpleasant 4D experience.
When I lived in the UK, we ate fish and chips every day. And I would ride the train to my English job.
But given Japan's density, it's especially important to be mindful when you're stuffed in a train alongside fellow commuters, many of whom are sleeping as well. With that in mind, don't ever talk on your phone on the train. That's a massive, no.
Or nothing will happen.
Actually, something happened to me. I was talking to my American friend online on the monorail, and some train conductor came up and was like, no phone. And I was like, shut the fuck up. We haven't even started. He's like, no phones allowed. And it's like, I've seen plenty of Japanese people using their phones on the
that you
monorail.
always have these events happen to you. Because if you don't know, Chris is like 6'5".
I'm 6'2"-ish.
Nigga, you
I'm
are not
big as-
6'2". You're at least 6'4".
But I hunch all the time, so... Okay.
This motherfucker is at least
big as
6'4", and he's not a skinny... I'm saying this inappropriate. I'm not saying like you know how there's a lot of tall people that are like
lanky.
Yeah, you're not lanky. Like you're filled in.
I'm just a naturally big guy.
Let's put it this way: if I didn't know you, I would not say I'm gonna fuck with that guy.
But my experience seems to be much different than everyone else's. My experience in Japan's been mainly bad, I feel like, but everyone else is like, no, I'm having a good time.
I'm not that, but
people always give me shit for some reason.
I'm always surprised when you tell me that people give you shit. I'm like, I will not give this good. Like if I just saw you, I was like, nah, he's kind of fucking big and he's filled out. He's not worth my time.
Yeah, like if you just saw me, you'd be like, he could kill me. Let's be honest.
Like I know some tall guys where it's like, I still fuck with him. You're a size where I'm like, I don't got time. Even if I could win, it's not gonna be.
Like it's not worth.
It's not gonna be easy.
I'm built like a tank.
Yeah, he's fucking big. So I'm always surprised when you tell me this shit happens. So I'm like, what the?
But I'm also.
How is this happening?
But I'm also incredibly nice and generous. I feel like.
You are nice.
I'm like,
maybe they can sense the inside.
I think they see me and they're like, he's probably not gonna do anything to me. But you never know. I could snap at any moment.
Which is also, I mean, it's not even.
That would be great though.
A tall since you're naturally tall, there's a lot of naturally short guys that are nasty because they kind of had to be because they're always tested.
Yeah.
But you never. I mean, I guess in your life, how many people have I'm gonna fuck up Chris?
This is weird because in high school, I was kind of, you're a teenager, you got some aggression, but no one would ever fight me.
Yeah, were you the same size as you? Were you always tall?
I'm always bigger than them.
Yeah.
Or if they started something, it would de-escalate very quickly.
I'm gonna fuck up,
and I'm like,
but it ain't worth it.
But I want to fight. I got all this pent up rage. It's like, but I didn't want to do anything.
That's the thing, because so you're naturally big. People it was like, nah.
I see a lot of old ladies just kind of staring at me on the train. Like I'll be reading and I'll look up. It's like, oh, there's two people just staring at me. What was he talking about?
All right, go on, go ahead.
Let's see this fool.
Thing to do here, and even talking loudly is looked down upon. If you're on a local train or a subway train and you get a phone call, just ignore it until you get off. And if you're on a bullet train, you can go to the little compartment in between the carriages and take your call there.
He's got skits for everything.
I remember for the first few years that I lived here, whenever someone handed me a business card, I was utterly terrified because until then, business cards to me had always just been a bit of paper or a bit of card with some writing on. But in Japan, they are so much more. Once you've exchanged business cards, the trick is to imagine you've just been handed the lost treasure of El Salvador or something.
It's just a business card.
You have one, don't you?
Oh, I do. It's not. I mean,
Does anybody cherish it when you hand it to them?
It's the same as America. I mean, hey, just don't wipe your ass with it, of course, but like, yeah, if you the same thing you would do with America, you don't just take a business.
You're not
card
gonna crumple it up.
Yeah, these things always assume that Americans will like do the shittiest thing.
I feel like with business cards, it's more like they're more prevalent here, but it's the same culture.
Yeah, just okay, cool. Look at it and put it. Don't go. You don't gotta go American Psycho and be like, you see that?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, he has the.
It was like eggshell or something.
Eggshell. Oh my god.
The raised lettering. Oh. But yeah, there's nothing like that here.
Patrick, are you okay?
Like my manager got some. I think she got some business cards sent to the school, and she was like, "Oh wow, we got some new cards." Like that was it. Like it just has a little bit different information.
And even that movie American Psycho shows you that. I mean, even America takes business cards. I wouldn't say like overly seriously, but there's a thing. Just don't crumple my fucking card up, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in that business culture, like
Chris, oh.
I'm just getting another.
Dude, you have Drake in like 3 different. You have Sapporo, Ibisu, and now you're going to premium.
Premium malt. Kaudu ale? The smelly ale? All right.
I know you're not supposed to be experiencing liquor, but this is.
It's all beer, so
it's all beer, but it's all different brand beer, man.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Study it meticulously, the name, the job position, the details, and then either put it in your business card holder or just put it on the desk if you're at a business meeting. Just put it on the table. Never play around with business cards or put them in your back pocket because they're seen as a physical extension
that's what we do in
of the
America.
person themselves. And you
He's
don't want
British. I don't
to
know what
stuff
they're
somebody's
doing
physical
over there.
extension.
Oh, what's this?
down
I'm
your
gonna
back
pick my
pocket.
teeth
If you're
with
doing
it.
business in
I
Japan,
have no fucking common
always carry
sense.
business cards. You don't
If
want
you
to
don't have
be
a Q-tip,
that
you
awkward
can
foreigner
shove
who
them.
stood
Pause
there
it,
writing out their name.
That's a thing with a lot too. Like, they're like, oh, just have common sense. Maybe common sense isn't common, but
Yeah.
have fucking common sense.
Yeah, like with the chopsticks thing, like why would you shove them in your rice? Like just put them on the side.
Have you ever even? I've
Never even thought of that. I'm like, well, that'd be harder to get out.
I never even seen anyone do that in America.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right,
Play this shit.
let's see what else he's jabbering about.
Name and number 50 times in 1 hour on the back of a tissue. And for the record, I am usually that awkward foreigner scribbling down my details because I do forget to bring them, and subsequently I hate myself when it happens.
Oh, we're getting an ad. He's getting paid for this. Son of a bitch. It's a killer beat though.
Hey.
Don't throw away your business card. Okay.
His next thing is don't blow
If
your
you've
nose.
got a runny
I don't got
nose,
time for
standard
this,
procedure
Chris.
here is-
Do you want to say something?
Japanese are weird about blowing your nose.
Yeah, whatever.
They'd prefer to just do the sniffle thing. I mean, I rarely see people blow their nose. Even when my kids are like super sick, I'm like, do you want a tissue? And they're like, oh no, I'm fine.
Just watch the snot run down my mouth and hear me snort.
All right.
Is just to keep sniffing, or just to find a toilet or a broom cupboard to hide in. Blowing noses in public is pretty rude. Interestingly though, handkerchiefs are pretty popular here. Not in the
guess the
way you think
handkerchiefs are
though.
popular,
People use them to wipe sweat off in the hot summer weather, or even more commonly to dry their hands in public toilets. Because surprisingly, many public toilets in Japan don't have any hand drying facilities, despite having space-age toilets that
I think they
reside
have
in the
hand
same
drying
room. It's
stuff,
quite a
but
weird
it's not,
contrast that I don't
There's
quite
no
understand.
Yeah.
No paper towels.
Physical contact in Japan isn't really a thing. You'll bow a lot, you'll nod.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a guy. I was out one night with Yuki. He's like, "Oh, this is my friend." He urged me to one of his friends.
Yeah.
Pure Japanese. She doesn't know any English.
Okay.
Pure Japanese. So we meet, we shake hands, we're sitting at the table. I start feeling someone getting like rubbing my leg a lot.
Yeah.
It was her.
Oh.
I was like, why is she rubbing? But it's a thing.
Wait, with her leg or with her hand?
With her hands.
Okay.
And plenty of times. Actually, here's my thing. Oh shit! This is one of those I gotta go deep things. I don't feel like going this deep right now.
Go ahead. We got plenty of time.
Okay.
I'll just edit it out later.
So what happens a lot is, with a lot of foreigners, especially the weird ones, Japanese girls don't like you.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want to be touched by you.
Okay, yeah.
And here's the thing with, now we have to go, let's go on. Females do not touch what they don't like.
Yeah.
One more time. If you're any kind of female, American, trust me, they do not see, we gotta go so. All right, I'm good. They do not touch what they do not like. So what happens is a greasy ass, annoying foreigner like this guy,
like a nerdy guy, like
goes to touch a Japanese girl. And she's like disgusted by the motherfucker.
Does the pull away.
So she pulls away.
Yeah.
So he goes, oh, Japanese girls don't like to touch. She's like, nah, nigga.
She's like,
she's not touching you.
Right, okay.
Trust me.
Yeah,
she's touching a lot of motherfuckers.
That's how I met the girl at the jazz club, which is in an episode that we probably won't air.
Yeah.
But like, I just put my hand on her thigh, or what is this area? Thigh? By the knee. Gave it a little squeeze, and she was like, oh. And then, okay, fine, cool. And then 10 minutes later, one more time. Yeah, it was cool.
It's called the touch. Like, I do it all the time. Like, you can talk to a girl all you want.
Yeah.
But I do the touch chest. And my touch chest has been so simple is, I'll say, good thing, and give you a high five. And depending on how you react to that,
okay.
Like, I've given the girl a high five before, and she's been like, she hold my hand. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, like it's going down.
It's going down.
Okay.
And I've given the girls high five before. They're like, and I was like, oh shit, it's not going down.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I find a lot of, even with men though, I feel like a lot of people want to shake your hand.
I have plenty of guys shake my hand. Even guys that don't want to fucking shake my hand.
Yeah, and you're like, I thought this was a bowing culture, like, but I want to shake your hand. Like, no, come on.
Wait, gotta see if I'm still plugged up. Wait, go to the Audacity. Hello? Alright, we good.
Are you?
Hello? Yeah.
Okay, you're good. We're so shoddy. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say.
Jamie, can you bring that up real quick?
So, you had a lot of interesting stuff to say. Let's see if he says the same thing as you.
Enthusiastically, daily. But occasionally you might shake hands with someone.
This is my problem with the bowing. Foreigners who come to Japan and they think, like, Japanese people bow. They do, when it's appropriate. But some people just think, like, oh,
all right, wait, because there's people that can't see you, so you got to explain what you just did.
Bulge your eyes out. Okay, go to the bathroom mirror, bulge your eyes out, and then get a frantic grin on your face and just do that. Just go. That's what foreigners in Japan do.
If I would say my most experience with bowing is almost like the black guy head nod. It's just settle, like, what up?
Yeah.
That's how subtle it is. All right, what up, yo?
Yeah.
Instead for going up, you go down, like, all right, what up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, good, yeah. Like, yeah, when I do that, when I leave, I just, yeah.
What up, man? All right, man.
If you're, like, at a serious job, which you probably don't have because you're not Japanese, then, like, there's different degrees you're supposed to bow. The boss does, like, a little 10%. You do a 45%. That's it.
And even in those situations, you can tell it's, like, fake as shit. You can tell
nothing about Japan's real.
I mean, you can definitely tell, like, it's like, it's not like, this is the culture. It's like, I gotta kiss this guy's ass.
You do it because it's your position, and he does it because it's his position.
Yeah.
Same with a handshake. You get a a nice squeeze, you get a light squeeze. It doesn't matter.
It's not every random person on the street. Please do not do it to every random person.
Yeah, don't go around bowing to people. That'd be embarrassing. Okay, let's see what else we got.
Someone if they're a good friend or a business client that you get on well with, but generally I avoid it unless someone makes the first move. And hugging in particular doesn't go down well. It's just met with expressions of awkwardness and despair. And also amongst couples, public displays of affection are phenomenally rare here. So,
is that true? I don't know if this is Osaka, but I see couples touching a lot in public.
I seen couples arguing and she slapped the shit out of the guy.
Those make my fucking day.
I was getting my Starbucks chai tea. I was like, oh shit, she just slapped the shit out of that motherfucker. He just took it. I was like, he must have did something.
I wish. Yesterday, I was out walking around at night, and I just hear screams. I'm like, ooh, time to check this out. So I crossed the little parking lot thing, and I'm at that main road out there towards Umeda, and I just see a girl screaming at a guy. Yeah. And the guy was just standing there like this, not moving. The girl was screaming, and she was saying something like, "Tote, like take something, take something," and then she just dropped on the ground, and I was like, I so wanted to go over there and be like, I'm just here to drink my beer and watch.
This was last night?
Yeah, it was last night. But all the Japanese were walking by like, ooh, what's going on? I'm like, I want to just go over and just sit and watch them. It was weird as shit. But yeah, people touch all the time here.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Full of shit.
Don't be surprised if you get the stare of disapproval if you're kissing your partner frantically in the street. And I think that it should definitely be this. If you're the sort of person who feels the need to have a debate or an argument about things or throw your opinions out there constantly, people will find you obnoxious and dislikable and probably just avoid you. Embedded heavily within the culture is this idea of keeping harmony and avoiding conflict at all costs. And it's a lot easier to do that when people aren't at each other's throats, throwing around opinions. Sometimes it can be frustrating when people are just unwilling to speak their minds or give you a clear yes or no answer. I mean, one time, one of my colleagues, when I was...
Alright, this is a thing I gotta go deeper in.
Gotta stop you there.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I don't know if this is what you're gonna say, but this is only in reference to work. That is one thing I do enjoy about Japan is people don't bother you with their opinions while you're working. But in the izakaya, oh sure, they're gonna talk shit all they want.
Oh hell yeah!
Like,
and I was to piggyback off of that. A lot of people get it twisted. Like in America, are you really telling your fucking boss off? Are you?
Oh,
in a real, I'm not talking about your part-time job. I'm talking about if you had a real job. Yeah. Are you going? Yeah, I just told my fucking boss off. We had an argument.
Dunked his head in the toilet.
The whole Office Space was that movie. Office Space was like, hey, it's my fucking boss. I just do what the fuck he says.
That's a fantasy, though. No, that doesn't really happen.
What are you talking about?
Office Space, like no one just says, I don't give a shit about my job.
No, I'm talking about the part where like he never told his boss to fuck off though. He just always took it.
Oh, okay.
And that's how every life is. You just take it. Yeah, that's work life.
Yeah,
the same in Japan.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I worked in the Kabakura.
Yeah.
There's levels. Here's where everyone misunderstands.
Yeah.
There's levels. Let me tell you, I didn't meet the highest boss, but that mid-level boss, he was a motherfucker, man.
Oh shit.
He was cool. I liked him. But he was not timid. He would voice his opinion.
Oh, okay.
But the guys under him, they were more timid because they had to be.
That's another thing where it's like
there's levels to this.
This
is
is all
not one fucking thing.
Yeah, this is all surface level where it's like, if you're on the train, don't talk on your phone. Okay, whatever.
All right, what if your mom's getting you? If your mom's in the hospital, you're not gonna talk. It's all surface level shit. No one goes deep here.
Yeah, and that's annoying because it's just perpetuating stereotypes. Our channel. which is better than him, is trying to break stereotypes. Like, our philosophy is everyone's the same. Sure, societies are a little bit different, but people, like, when you actually get to know people, they're the same.
Yeah.
So,
all right, go ahead.
Let's listen.
Play the shit.
All right.
I was teaching, I asked him, do you have any pets? And he said to me, maybe my cat is dead. I was like, maybe your cat is dead. What does that mean? It is dead or is it not dead? It's not Schrodinger's
That means you
cat.
have a weird ass.
It turned out the cat was
Yes,
definitely
weird people
dead,
exist.
but he was just the
everywhere.
sort of person that always liked to use the word maybe and just not express certainty. But if there's one
that's a
reason
little
I've
bit
never seen a fight anywhere
People are very
in Japan
vague,
in the
but
last
at the
5
same
years, it's
time,
probably this
at
reason.
work,
That people are a lot more careful about
Maybe.
expressing their opinions and holding back
You
what
might
they
have
really
culture.
think.
You might have language barriers.
I mean, I'm vague. Like, I rarely talk in absolutes.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, could be this, could be that.
That's probably why I live in Japan. All right, let's see. All right, let's see this.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to film that one. Everyone seems to know this one already.
Okay, here's a quick shoe story. So I went in Indiana. We went to like a small local university. There was Japanese people. I walked into their apartment, and they immediately screamed at me. No words, just screaming. Yeah. Okay, if you heard that, what would you think? If someone just went...
I'm like, oh shit, I guess I'm not welcomed here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, what's going on? And then I was like, you didn't take your shoes off before coming in my apartment. I'm like, why would I know that? First of all, this is America. Second of all, why would I know your culture in Japan? I wore my shoes one time.
I'm just throwing my hands in confusion if you can't hear what I'm doing.
This is a big... I hate this so much. The stupid shoe thing. Like, I'm paying money to live here. Why can't I wear my shoes if I choose to? Oh shoot! I forgot my keys. I'm gonna miss the train if I take my shoes off and go get the keys. I can just grab them, and run out.
You gotta clean your floor no matter what. If you don't clean your floor, it's gonna get dirty.
So I can walk around. I can't walk around with dirty shoes. But if I have a dog and it shits on the floor, oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
This is probably the only don't do in Japan. People will freak out.
I'll give them this one. Fair enough.
Same with certain restaurants. Like, you have to take your shoes off, and it's like, why? You're not clean. It's a restaurant. There's no way it's clean.
I saw rats coming in here last night, motherfucker. Shut up. This might be rat meat. I don't even know.
All right, let's...
Already anyway. When visiting someone's house or entering a public building like a school or going to a hot spring, you take off your shoes and switch to slippers before you go in. The easiest way of knowing if you have to change your shoes is there'll be a change in elevation in the...
Here's the funny thing. I'm so big. I wear a size 13 shoe. The schools didn't have slippers that fit me.
Yeah, they don't even fit me.
They're like, we got size 4? Like, no, come on, man. I'm an adult. I don't remember if I had to buy my own slip. I must not have. I think I just walked around barefoot. Or with socks. With socks. Sorry. But yeah, okay. The school thing.
If you look at your socks, you'll realize that the floor is not that fucking sacred.
God, the floor is cleaned by children. How could it be? How could it be possibly clean? Anywho, okay, the shoe thing's real. You got one
so
out
when you
of
go in,
12.
there'll be a little stare, and that's when you know. This is the one thing on the list where failing to stick to the rules will have noticeable results. A few years ago, a friend and I visited a public bathhouse in Kyoto, and we went in, and you're supposed to take your shoes off. For some reason, he didn't. I don't know why. I don't think he noticed or saw. There was a little old woman sitting behind the entrance counter where you kind of pay, and when we walked in, she saw that he still had his shoes on, and she shot up with terrifying energy and ran over and grabbed him and took him to the front and was like, "Get your shoes off, get your shoes off." And that image has stayed burnt into my mind. This quiet little old woman suddenly becoming so alive and animated.
Yeah, I know.
Terrible event. And ever since then, I've never forgotten to take my shoes off.
Here's another ad. Thank you for the ads.
He's getting paid just for
So, what do you think of me?
Do you like semen in your mouth? Yes, I do. I love it. That was the best.
When entering a building.
Don't poop in public. If you shit in public. Litter.
For whatever reason.
All right, we live in Osaka. Is there litter in Osaka? No.
This guy's taking my energy. Obviously, I can't.
I know.
I can't
even making fun of him is too much.
It's too much, man.
Like,
it's too much. We got 12. We're at 10. All right.
We're almost there. Don't worry.
We're almost. All right. All right.
All right. Cigarette butts everywhere. And here's the thing: when you go to Umeda Station during the day, it's clean, but once it turns night, it's full of trash.
And guess what happens in those recycle bins for cans?
Yeah.
It's just not cans. There's trash.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not enough foreigners in Umeda for it to all be from foreigners.
No, I see Japanese people. Like the vending machines have built-in, like, receptacles. I see people shove, like, yakiniku sticks.
Because you know why? No one feels like fucking carrying trash.
That's the thing that I really hate, where it's like, in my first time in Tokyo, where I didn't understand anything, I had like a drink or something, and I was like, there's no trash cans. So I went to a store, and I'm like, can I throw this away? And they're like, no, why? It's like, do they not know that there's no trash cans? I heard, like last year, there was an article about Japan. Like, we're so mad at foreigners for leaving their trash everywhere. There's no trash cans. Like, what are we supposed to do with it?
It's not foreigners.
It's also Japanese. There's not enough
fucking foreigners. It's
right.
Japanese.
Yeah.
I hang out with plenty of Japanese people.
Right, yeah.
They litter like motherfuckers.
Plus, there's those people that stand outside that try and promote their restaurant or bar, and they're drinking the canned coffee, and then they just put it down. They don't throw it away. So this is...
Two more.
Rubbish bins and trash cans are disturbingly rare in Japan. Outside of convenience stores, it can be a nightmare to find one. And the reason I put this on the list is because so many people, so many of you guys message me on Twitter saying, I'm in Tokyo and I can't find a bin, what should I do? I've wandered through Tokyo for up to 20 minutes sometimes just in search of a bin and can't find one. The streets though, despite that, are shockingly clean here because people, if they can't find a bin, they just take the rubbish home with them. It can feel like some kind of mini game sometimes, going in search for a bin, because when you do find a bin you feel a real sense of achievement, but despite that, don't be tempted to litter. Just keep trying and you'll find a bin one day.
Oh, me? He's just enjoying the skits. I feel like this one's gonna piss me.
Seems like a fairly
Chris,
obvious...
I can't do it no more. I can't do it. Chris, please.
Dude, he's such full of shit.
I'm out of it, man.
I see this every day.
I'm out of it.
Like no... Okay.
This is like a children's book. I can't do it, man. It's like I'm reading a fucking children's book. I'm done. Take it.
Like a Dr. Seuss book. The Japanese don't cross the street. The Japanese eat lots of meat.
Oh, they didn't hear. It says don't cross on red.
This is
even in parentheses. Parentheses.
Parentheses. Yeah.
Even in the absence of traffic. I can't, Chris. You got it, man. You gotta take these last two. Just talk, man. I can't do it. I'm done.
First of all, I do this every day. Oh, but you're not Japanese, and it doesn't matter because I see people do it every day too. They don't give a shit. Like
we might have to break this in two parts.
The only reason you wouldn't cross is because like sometimes traffic will appear because like Japanese streets are like square, where America, you can definitely tell when someone's coming.
I mean, just like in America, there's roads that you gotta be careful with.
Right? Yeah.
And then there's side roads where like I'm fucking walking.
Yeah, this is stupid.
Jesus.
This addition to the list, and yet in the UK we just cross the street whenever the hell we want. Whenever there's an opening in
No, you don't.
Everyone in Britain is a scumbag.
We walk across a speeding highway. Because, it's the UK.
In UK, you can murder babies and nobody cares.
traffic as opposed to waiting for the green light. Same as many countries. In Japan, however, people do not cross the road on a red light. It's incredibly rare, and it's one of the greatest ways of seeing this sense of order and obedience to the law that exists in Japan. If you stand at a roadside in Japan and there's no cars coming, you can't see any cars whatsoever, people still will not cross the road until it goes green. Over the years of the many friends I've had come to visit me here, this is the thing that shocks them the most. The idea of not...
The thing that shocks people the most who come to visit me are, why do people keep bumping into me?
Like, where's all this politeness?
Friends, family, everybody's like, do you ever have people just run into you? I'm like, yeah, it just happens.
Why is someone riding on their bicycle and almost ran me over on the sidewalk? On the sidewalk.
Not crossing the street when there's no visible cars there. The idea of abiding by a rule that doesn't seem necessary. And yet, for me personally, the main reason I abide by it is after a few years of being here, you don't want to stand out. You don't want to be this stereotypical rule-breaking foreigner. And as well as that, you don't want to run the risk of getting caught out by the police. So those are two things worth taking into consideration before you dash across the seemingly empty road. And the last one, don't worry about not knowing anything about Japanese etiquette when you come to Japan.
He cut himself off. He's like, I'm full
As I
shit.
said earlier in this video, there aren't going to be any real consequences to not following any of these things, apart from maybe the footwear one.
This guy. Alright, if the video's over,
I think I'm going to have to kill myself.
Oh, God, I feel like I've lost brain cells from watching this damn video. And this video has... Chris.
How
this
many?
video has how many views?
14 million.
14 million views. Can I see some of the comments? Can you scroll down? Let me just see how people are responding to this motherfucker. Right. Oh, Jesus. All right, what do we got here?
Insert Japanese... Fuck you. Looks tasty, but think I'll prefer a fork over chopsticks this time. God, why? I'd like to see the Japanese SWAT team carefully removing their Oh, Jesus Christ. The commenters are worse than the video.
Yeah, I mean, there's no interesting comments.
El Salvador is such a smelly country. Wait,
is that what they said? Or you said that?
Small country. Probably smelly too, I don't know. The Japanese are highly disciplined and patriotic people, ... Not a lot of good comment. I'm Japanese, but I do most of these things already.
Japan's still like the home I never lived in and never met a Japanese person. I met a lot of foreigners that said this is not what I expected, and they fucking left. let me tell you that. There's a lot of foreigners I met, or I heard about that, came to Japan and said, this is not what it's like in the YouTube videos or the manga.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah. But
so, what are you saying?
Do you get irritated with manga or anime movies or whatever that just shows Japan as like, we're so happy and we're so like?
No, I get irritated by this stuff.
Oh, really?
Because they're just doing.
You don't care about the self-promotion?
I mean, America does the same shit. Let's be honest.
Well, but there's a reason we left America.
But
America at least admits a lot of the time when they're full of shit. I've never heard a Japanese person admit like, "Oh, we messed up."
All right. Let's wrap this one up. Should we do some closes? I can't do any more videos after this guy.
I know. Me.
He literally killed me.
Let's see. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 videos lined up, but this was too much.
This guy was too much. We might just make we can make a whole series just ripping on whatever this guy says more than.
Yeah, fuck the Katakana challenge. We'll do this guy, the Abroad in Japan challenge. Can you watch a full episode without throwing up?
I threw up inside.
What teaching English in Japan was really like. What is he? I wonder, does he like teach English or does he just do YouTube now?
Probably now he's probably just doing YouTube, which I can't blame him for his hustle.
Oh, right. The hustle.
I respect the hustle from anybody, but he's fucking
just
spouting bullshit.
Just be fake and then get your money and then just fuck off, I guess. How difficult is traveling Japan without Japanese? Turns out not so difficult.
All right, final comments on this guy or this video.
I don't know. I just feel ill.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't feel even knowledgeable for any of the things he
You
said.
didn't learn anything?
I didn't learn a goddamn thing.
Don't talk on your phone in a train. All right.
Oh, God, I just want to stab this guy in the fucking... I wish he didn't exist. I wish this video didn't exist.
No. I feel the same. Right. The first time I saw him, I was just like, why?
I'm just like, and this guy's making money
from
this video. Like the fact that he's making money,
at least 2 ads per video.
It's like,
They should make a what not to do in America. Like, don't step on people's feet. If you step on an American's feet, they'll get mad at you.
Yo, write that shit down. We're doing it. It's not. If you bump into someone in America, they might call you out on it.
If you run over a granny, you might go to jail. America culture.
All right. I'm taking the piss.
All right. I don't even know your name, but I wanna fuck you. I don't know your desires, but I wanna fuck you. I don't know where you're from, but I wanna fuck you. I don't even know what I want, but I